I'm going to teach you and tell you everything you need to know about spice and ice. This is one of our signature cocktails that we've had since iPic began, and it is essentially a riff on a margarita, but it's made with a ginger habanero syrup as our sweet, a little bit of mango to cool off that spicy habanero. So let's talk about the ingredients just a little bit. Mango puree. This is a premium mango puree, and the reason that's so important is because of the habanero. Mango naturally cools off your palate when you have heat. That's why if you ever go and get spicy Indian food, you'll have what's called a mango lassi. It's a mango yogurt drink, and it cools off all that heat because you want to have that hit of habanero, and then you want to be refreshed by the mango, and you want to go and get some more. Now, we're going to use as a base our ancho tequila. This is also the base that we make our ancho diablo, and again has those beautiful ancho chiles, which are the dried poblanos, a little bit of cumin for some earthiness, and then our Szechuan peppercorns give it a nice little pep. So we're going to build this in our pint glass. This one I'm going to show you building the ingredients all together. It is a drink if you're selling enough of them that you can batch just like El Corazon. But we're going to kind of separate it out, break it down for you. We're going to start with lime juice. And lime juice is our least expensive ingredient. Very important when you're building a cocktail, you always start with the least to the most expensive ingredients. Why? Because if a guest changes their mind, if you make a mistake, something falls inside, you're just throwing away some lime juice, a little bit of syrup, not a premium spirit. Also, as your guest sees all this love and care going into a cocktail, you now have time for a little bit more of a conversation in case they want to have you make this cocktail with a luxury tequila. If you start right with our house tequila, you don't really have that chance at that option. All right, now next we're going to add our mango habanero. And this is in a store and pour. And what we've done is we've taken 3 parts of our perfect puree mango and 1 part of ginger habanero syrup. Now, the ginger habanero syrup is simply our homemade ginger syrup that's made with our fresh ginger, our raw sugar, as well as our whole spices and our vanilla bean, but with habanero infused into it. Now, habaneros are these chilies. These are some of the hottest chilies in the world. The only thing hotter is a ghost pepper or a Scotch bonnet. And the way we prepare them, we always wear gloves because they're very, very hot. You want to be very careful. We cut them in half, and you'll see they have seeds in the middle because chilies are a fruit. Any fruit has seeds. Those seeds have most of the heat. So when we were making the ginger habanero syrup, we're actually going to take the seeds, throw them away, as well as the stem because the stem is bitter. So it's just this beautiful habanero meat, and that's going to make our ginger habanero syrup. All right, so now, again, in our store and pour, we already have our ginger habanero syrup and our mango. If you have a guest that would like it a little extra spicy, no problem. Add a little bit more ginger habanero, have a little bit more kick for them. Now we're going to add our tequila, and the tequila, again, is the last item because it's the most expensive, and now we're ready to shake this. So because it is a shaken cocktail, it's very important that our glass is nice and chilled because it's a beautiful cold drink, and that cold glass is going to keep it so the last sip is as fantastic and delicious as the first sip. All right, so now we have our shaker full of ice, nice and cold and frosted. I'm just going to flip it upside down, make sure there's no water in there. I'm going to get a nice tight seal. And remember all those good things you've learned in the previous videos. Tap the seal. Big smile when you shake. You want to shake it, don't fake it. You want to have the metal out towards the front. You want to have the glass right behind you, so in case something happens, it's going to go behind you, not in front of the guests. You find that sweet spot where the glass and metal are together, tap it with your hand, a little bit of flair with those last drips going in there, and now our Hawthorne strainer right on there. Our last thing is our rim. So we have a chilled glass. We dump that ice out into another glass so we don't waste it, but our glass is nice and cold. Nice fresh lime half, not a lime sponge because we want that first taste to be nice fresh lime. We're going to dip this in our 7 spice. And our 7 spices is, again, another signature. It's like Chinese 5 spice, but 7 spices. It's a combination of kind of your familiar grandma brown spices like cinnamon and nutmeg and fennel, but there's a little Szechuan peppercorn in there as well to give a little bit of extra kick. Some turbinado sugar. That's going to be the first thing the guest is going to taste. Now we're going to strain this right in here. And it is okay for you to go and pre-rim that glass if you're selling a few of them. You can have that done, no problem at all. Strain that right in there. And now last, nice little garnish. We've got some candied ginger on a bamboo skewer. That's going to hang right on the side. There's a little bit of texture and a little extra snack for the guest to enjoy. And that is spice and ice.